has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
What up, though, and welcome to Woodward Heavyweights Live on Woodwardsports.com. I'm Easy, joined by Spimo Rex. We got young Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, downtown Mcshane's. Make sure you guys pull up. We're talking tons of politics. I'm just kidding. Can you hear me?
I can't hear anything.
I got to see the music. That's it.
How about now? You guys good?
Let's get into it.
I can't
right
hear
away.
anything.
Can you guys hear now?
I can't hear anything. No.
As long as the audience hears us, that's all I care
Yeah,
about.
it doesn't matter if I can hear.
If you guys can hear me,
I can hear you.
smash the
Talk
like
loud
button.
enough. I can hear you through
Yeah.
the mic.
All right, talk to me about last night. What happened?
Yeah. I mean, what do you mean? It's baseball. That's what's going to happen. You're going to win some. You're going to lose some. They can't win every game. It's the start of a 4-game series. Obviously, you'd like to see them give a better performance than that, but it's what happens. It's not like Cleveland's a bad team. Cleveland's still a good team. So,
Yeah.
It sucks. You got beat. You had an opportunity to get back into it. Bases loaded, nobody out. You can't strike out 3 times. Yeah, that sucks. But
Shout out Akil Baddoo.
But what are you going to do? You know, you win. Like I said, it's a long season.
Yeah, I can't imagine being one of those people that live and die with every pitch because that's just going to happen. Last night sucked even more, though, because it was a divisional rival.
Yeah.
A division rival who's also on your ass for no reason. I don't understand, like, this division right now. Like, last year from being cheeks to this year, especially what the Tigers doing. Number 1 in the MLB, and we still have, like, both teams, them and the Twins, on our ass. Not a fan of it, but, yeah, I mean, I know we've been kind of joking, like, via text message about Jack Flaherty and the fall-off. Last night, even though he lost, it wasn't really a bad outing for him. It's just the walks really killed him.
Yeah, for sure. You need to be better than that. Like you said, against a divisional rival, it needs to be better than that. You got to go out there and win all these games, but it's a 4-game series. So you're in the whole one, but you still got 3 opportunities at home. You got Scooble on Sunday to end it, so that's going to be big. You got Jackson Jobe going tonight. It's supposed to be Casey Mize going tomorrow, probably. We'll see. But But you got to take care of business. So I expect the Tigers to go out there tonight. They love to put runs behind Jackson Jobe. They love to give him the type of support that he needs.
It was like 6 runs a game when Jobe's on?
Yeah, 7. So, yeah, 6, 7. There you go again, easy cheese. But
dude's clip farming.
Dude's clip farming. No, but yeah, they got to take care of business tonight, and so you can still win the series. But real quick, easy, shout out to Mcshane's. And shout out to White Claw and Ben Johnson Law for having us out here on this White Claw bar tour, man. We're at Mcshane's tonight. It's a beautiful night. They got some food for us here. Excited to try that in a second. But shout out to White Claw for hooking us up, Ben Johnson Law for having us out here, and Mcshane's for giving us great setup, great spot, great atmosphere. Come on down and have some fun.
They kind of go hand in hand if you're having a little too much fun there.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson Law and White Claw.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because ain't no laws when you're on the claws.
Ain't no laws when you're on the claws.
Everybody knows.
But if you break some laws, then Ben Johnson can help you sort it out.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
Everything
you come
covered.
to, and you realize what you've done.
Corktown Burgers. We got some food here.
Corktown, underrated.
The Corktown Burger.
Buffalo chicken wrap.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Yeah. This is from Bob.
Oh, it looks like.
Shout out to Bob, the owner of Mcshane's.
If this is what I think it is, this is a Reuben and a cheeseburger. Yeah, this is Swiss sauerkraut and corned beef on a cheeseburger.
Listen, after trying this buffalo wrap, I never want to go to the Super Bowl party where it's not inside this. It's convenient. It's warm. It's crunchy. It's crispy. This is how it should be done.
This just busted on my chin. Pause. But
wow.
You talk about
yeah, dude. Take 2 of these. And give me the other half of that burger.
2 of the greatest sandwiches ever combined. A Reuben and a cheeseburger. I'll just take 1. Give the undesirables over there some of them, but yeah, this is insane. Oh, man. Perfectly cooked here.
What's the name of it? Corktown Burger?
This is a Corktown Burger. And with a black cherry White Claw to wash it all down. Now, that's just Detroit living. No, but shout out. This is really good, dude.
Yo.
And everybody knows black cherry is the best flavor of White Claw.
Yo.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. It's a Reuben and a burger.
It's juicy. Not bad.
Oh, yeah. I know you guys signed up for the heavyweights mukbang, so this is where it is.
Fellas, I got to say, I got some breaking news, some insider information that the Tigers posted on Twitter, and it is that Gleyber Torres is not injured, folks. He is in the lineup tonight. We get our guy back, and if you think about that inning last night, the 8th inning specifically, bases loaded. We pinch hit for Andy Ibanez. You know who would typically have been in that spot? Gleyber Torres. I would have had faith in him, of him coming through in that situation to get the big hit last night. But sadly, he got injured. You see Ibanez. You got a pinch hit for him against the righty. Cade Smith's one of the best relievers in the game. This happens. A lot of people overreacting today, but I will not be one of them.
No, it's one game. It's one game. It's going to happen. It's one game. It's not the end of the world. And you know who is another bat that you have faith in a situation like that when you need someone to pinch hit, when you need a big hit? Matt Vierling.
Boom.
Matt Vierling activated from the injured list today. Gunther sent down. Dude's not having a good year. Like, he's got like a 5.3 ERA or something like that. Nick, I saw you post that.
Yeah.
Compared to a sub-1 last year. So,
yeah.
Yeah, Gunther down. Vierling ready to go. I doubt he starts tonight, but you're definitely going to see him pinch hit if they need it.
Yeah, Sean Gunther's ERA in 2024 was a .86, 0.86, and this season he had a 5.34. Gunther just wasn't the same pitcher. I mean, I hope he can get back to his former self down there in AAA and maybe be a piece that you use going forward in the future, but great news about Matt Vierling. He was so clutch last season. Everybody remembers the big slide, going home, getting the fans all fired up after with the big fist pump. Matt Vierling is such an underrated player for this Detroit Tigers team. He's just going to be that Swiss Army knife. You need him at third base, he can play it. You need him in right field, he can play it. Left field, center field. He's going to be all over the diamond for this Detroit Tigers team and a really key piece moving forward with all the things that he can do defensively.
Yeah, Matt Vierling is a very underrated player for this Detroit Tigers team. Obviously, last year he was the second best bat in your lineup. He's a professional hitter. He will give you good at bats. He will see pitches, and he barrels up balls. So it's good to have him back. He can play third. He can play the outfield. He plays everywhere, really. So just another chess piece for A.J. Hinch to use, and it's good to have him back, especially in a 4-game series against a divisional opponent. It's going to be a grueling one, even though it's at home. So you need as many good quality hitters and good quality bats as you're going to have for mix matching different pitching styles, different matchups, and stuff like that. So good to have Vierling back.
Where are you at with this team, Easy? There was a lot of people overreacting yesterday. Were you one of them when the meltdown occurred in the 8th inning? I got to say, in the stadium when it was going down, and the third strikeout hits, they start blaring Blink-182. I was like, what are we doing here? This is not a time for – it was first date, big uptown, big upbeat there. I was like, okay, maybe I was just a little salty, but.
What's the song in that situation that you wanted?
Oh, God. I mean, if it's Blink-182, it's got to be like.
Life in two pieces.
Yeah. I think it's got to be like I Miss You, like, or something sad and like not super hype.
No, man, I'm blessed with becoming a born-again Tigers fan.
Hey, yo, welcome.
Shout out to the run last year.
Born-again Tigers.
You know? So I don't live and die with every pitch. I've been, like, baseball free for the last, 3 years up until I started working here. And I'm not living and die with every pitch. It's a long, long season. Like I said earlier, it sucks that it's against a division opponent that happens to be on your ass. But I have confidence we'll get things right. The biggest concern out of last night was Gleyber Torres, but you just confirmed everything's good, right?
Yes, everything's good. He's hitting in the lineup.
Yeah, I saw him today doing some pregame drills. He looked fine. Saw that on Twitter.
Yeah.
I forget who posted it, but
because it looked like it was his leg.
Yeah,
his
it was his
thigh
leg.
Or something?
Yeah,
Lower leg injury.
probably just cramps. That's what it says to me. You get pulled from a game, he's probably cramping up real bad. Ate a couple bananas, drank some pickle juice, put him back out there.
Yeah.
Who was freaking out, though?
Tell your dad's like 70 years old.
That's what you do.
I know.
That's how
the
you do
pickle
it.
juice part, I didn't know that.
No, yeah, you drink
I
pickle
knew
juice.
bananas.
Yeah.
Freaking out on Twitter
Who's freaking out?
after the post games. I mean, I've heard some things.
Oh, I see. You know who it was too. Our boy Will.
Oh, well, yeah.
Will is truly live or die with every pitch.
Yeah, but that's on a different level.
Yeah, well,
Will,
maybe, but
I don't know. Will's
different cat.
just, Will is he's gloom or doom. there's no. I love Will, but
we
there's
talked him into beating up his dad.
he said he could beat up his dad. So shout out to him. But there is no in the middle with him.
Yeah, this fellas. Let's not forget here, we have the number 1 team in baseball still, and to match the best team in baseball, what do you need? The best drink, White Claws all summer. You guys know what it is. Black Cherry White Claw. Make sure you guys keep them ice cold, super delicious. The White Claws never miss. If you're a beer guy, still give the White Claw a try. It is the game changer.
Absolutely.
Dude's a walking advertisement.
Hey, he's the best. Remember he called himself in the all-night stream.
He did, yeah.
This is
the
best tequila I've ever had.
Yeah, no, everybody knows Black Cherry is the best flavor of White
No,
Claw.
Black Cherry is actually the best. Can I ask you guys about Akil Baddoo?
What about
I
him?
know Neil.
What are you doing in my car?
Last night. I saw that on Twitter last night. And we talked about it too. He had 2 big catches, only 1 hit. I don't know what he's been since then. Why is he up here?
You need a body. You need a body that can play in the outfield.
Who was there before?
Jace Young. He can't play in the outfield, and he's just as bad when it comes to hitting. So you needed a body that could play in the outfield with Veerling not ready to be back yet. And
I heard Veerling was in Lakeland.
Yeah, that's like the last stop. He's cleared now. He's ready to go. Yeah. Like I said, you just needed somebody that could play the outfield for a couple games, and that's what he was.
Yeah, to me, this is just going to be a spot where you see Veerling and Wenciel Perez. Those are going to be the 2 guys. Akil Baddoo, great guy. Got to talk to him yesterday. He was fired up to be back. No doubt about it. I thought he was going to come through in the big spot, and obviously AJ did as well. He wasn't able to come through for the Tigers, but even though Akil didn't come through, even though McKinstry didn't come through, even though Riley Green didn't come through, this team's going to be just fine, and Cade Smith is one of the nastiest pitchers I've ever seen. The guys were completely lost. I mean, he dominated us in the ALDS as well. So, I mean, I will say we got to learn how to hit this guy, because if we get matched up in the playoffs against the Guardians, we might be in trouble if it's a late-game scenario. Obviously, Kerry Carpenter magic against Class A, but Cade Smith, I mean, he is one of the brightest arms when it comes to bullpen help in baseball.
Yeah, I heard like every other word you were saying, but
that is so weird.
You're talking about their pitcher.
Cade Smith. Yeah, he's electric. We know that the back end of that Cleveland bullpen is one of the best in baseball when it comes to it. So you're going to need guys to step up and hit that pitching, though. That's the type of arms you're going to be seeing in the playoffs and in these high-leverage games. You're not going to be seeing bums on the mound every inning. You're going to be seeing high-leverage guys and the best of the best. So you got to step up and come through it. And I don't care if it is prime Mariano Rivera on the mound. When you have nobody out and the base is loaded and you score no runs, that is an abysmal failure. Yeah. You can't let that happen. But got to move on. Need somebody to step up there.
Yeah, I figured you're beating around the bush here, man. You're kind of mean to Riley Green last night. You trying to strip away the superstar title.
How was I mean to him?
You're trying to strip away the superstar title we just gave him.
Does he have a superstar title?
Day. I thought he did.
Why?
Stuff against lefties.
So he's a superstar hitting lefties? That's the caveat?
No, he's not.
Right.
He's a superstar.
He's not a superstar. Nobody will say Riley Green is a superstar.
In the making.
He is rising to one. He hit like a superstar for a month. You got to do that for a whole year. Nobody on God's green earth will tell you Riley Green is a superstar. He's going to get there, hopefully. He's going to get there. He's an all-star, but there's a big difference between all-star and superstar, and at-bats like that are a part of it. It's good on good. It's your bad against his good. You got to get a hit there. You got to put bat to ball, and he didn't, and it's fine. Nobody's out on Riley Green or anything like that. It's going to happen. It's a singular at-bat, but got to keep pushing.
I thought Nick's in the superstar tier.
Yeah, I have him as a superstar in the making. He is taking that step this year. He's taking that step this year. I think by the end of the year, he will solidify himself as a superstar. I think he's going to continue to get better throughout the season. I think you're going to talk about a 2-time All-Star before the age of, before this guy even hits 25, back-to-back seasons. I mean, the best bat on the best team in baseball. I think you're legitimately talking about the superstar. Spencer brought up the numbers against.
Right now, is he?
No, I'm saying he will be. I said he's in the making.
Okay.
Like I said, he has the potential to be a superstar. I said that a couple months ago. I'm sticking to that. He has raised his OPS even after the 0 night. Big case. He's raised his OPS this season, which he's continued to do throughout his whole entire career. All he's done is get better. And that's what I believe Riley Green is. And he's the best bat on this team.
Nobody's denying that.
And we're the best team in baseball.
Nobody's denying that.
Yeah, let's go.
He's not a superstar, though. And like I said, can he be that? Absolutely. I'm 100% with Nick. He is on that path to superstardom. But that's what makes it, that is the difference. Stuff like that is the difference. And obviously, one bat isn't going to make or break it. But situations like that and how you act in situations like that is what takes good to great and great to superstar. So if you want to be the superstar, if you want to be the guy, you got to go up to a spot where your team's down 3, the bases are juiced, they got their best guy on the mound, you got to be better. You got to get a hit. You got to do something. And he didn't, and it sucks, but he's going to have plenty of more opportunities to do that throughout the year. He'll probably have another opportunity in this series. So we'll see how he reacts. But those are the high leverage situations that turn great to superstar.
What's your confidence level in it happening?
In being a superstar?
And win, yeah.
I'm pretty high. I mean, like I say, he's on a very good trajectory to do it. Nobody should be anointing him right now.
What happened this year?
I think this is the year where he takes that next step, yes. But that becomes, like I said, that's what it is. We know he can hit. We know he's the best bat at that team. Now it's high leverage situations, good on good, and you got to hit righties better. You can't be lefties. Excuse me. Yeah, you can't be a superstar if you can only hit one side of the plate.
Shout out Dante 151 with the super chat. Shout out Dante 151. He said beer for the boys, and we will not be drinking beer, Dante, but we will be drinking claws all night long here at Mcshane's Irish Pub.
And I know Sam Flannel threw a hissy fit about it on the morning show today. Yeah.
I don't even know if that was a hissy fit.
It was a hissy fit.
I thought it was an unfair attack on Flannel, to be honest.
I was in the room when it happened. I know what I saw. Sam Flannel threw a hissy fit and got his panties in a bunch because people said bad things about this not superstar, but great rising star in Riley Green. Flannel, suck it up, buddy. It was bad. He needs to be better. He's still having a good season. Both things can be true. So you can't act like a bitch when people have expectations of him. That's flat out. That's flat out. And last time I checked, he said he was gatekeeping Riley Green, right? And everybody's casting off Riley Green when Sam Flannel was the one that said he should be sent to the minor leagues about a month ago.
Yeah.
So, like I said, nobody's out on Riley Green. Everybody loves Riley Green. As Nick said, undisputed best hitter on the team, undisputed best team in baseball. But there's a difference between being an all-star and a superstar, and Riley isn't there yet. It's not like he's not going to get there. He's still rising. He's young.
Yeah,
but you can't be freaking out when people make valid points about someone's production.
Yeah, I love Flannel, but he was making that statement too about a couple people on Twitter, even just 2 weeks ago. And the situation is, 4 weeks ago, Flannel, I love you, but you were that guy on Twitter. I don't know. People are allowed to be disappointed, I guess, in that situation.
Yeah,
right? We all are.
And like I said, nobody's saying, "Oh,
it's not all on him."
Riley Green's over. He's a bum now because he didn't get a hit there. No, and if that's how you see things,
who was after Baddoo in that?
McKinstry.
Yeah,
McKinstry.
McKinstry.
Yeah.
And like I said, it would have been Torres in that Baddoo spot.
Yep.
Yeah,
and
which I trust in that spot to get contact against K. Smith.
It was Ibanez there, and they pinch hit Baddoo because they brought on the guy to take Ibanez.
Yeah.
If Veerling's healthy,
Trust him to
maybe you
get
pinch hit
contact.
Vierling instead of Badu, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And they're going to get better. They're going to be fine.
Vierling's probably our most consistent guy last year, huh?
Second
Outside
behind
Green?
Riley. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
your second best bet last year. Yes.
That's awesome.
And then Carey against
That's when he was
righties.
getting back.
Carey, yeah, but again, I don't caveat
Carey's
that.
more slugging.
Carey is a specialist.
Yeah.
Carey is a specialist. He is a right-handed hitting guy.
Ibanez is a specialist.
Ibanez
too.
is a specialist. He
Yeah.
hits lefties. Like
Yeah.
if you combined Carey Carpenter and Andy Ibanez, you would have an all-star.
Air Judge.
You would have I don't know about that, but you'd have
He
an
wouldn't be
all-star.
that good.
You didn't. No, he wouldn't be that good.
It's crazy that you could say that. He's still.
Aaron Judge is insane, dude. He's having statistically one of the best seasons in the
We
history
should
of the
do
MLB.
that. I hope someone from the social team's listening. We should add Ibanez and Carey stats from each side of the plate and see if it equates to what Aaron Judge is doing. He's literally that on that type of run.
It would have had to be, or it would have had to have been Ibanez's last year stats against lefties
Ibanez
because
hasn't
that
been
was
too hot.
insane. He's not been great this season, but I gotta ask you, Spencer, because I was listening to the morning show when that broke. I have not seen the clip of the Fox News video that you guys did, and it was mentioned that you guys called Riley Green, you and Justin, A, auraless, and B, that he runs funny in the Fox News video. Is this true?
We absolutely did. And the things that
What's up with that?
Listen.
That's our star.
Hey,
what are we doing, though?
You ask a question? Listen for the answer. Because Flannel left out the part where I called him a guy that has played like a superstar the last month and someone swinging the hottest bat in baseball.
You're a Riley Green hater.
I'm not a Riley Green hater. You guys
called
just
him
have
auraless, and that's
he
not
is
true.
auraless. It's
That's
fine.
not true.
It doesn't mean he's
He
bad at
runs
baseball.
funny. Doesn't make
he
him
does
auraless.
run funny. Is that wrong? No.
I think
you guys are
the
just
funny run.
You guys
gives
are
him
acting
more.
like such pussies, dude. Like, what is going
No,
on?
we're not, but you're just a hater. And we're calling it out.
I'm calling him fantastic. I said he's hitting like a superstar the past month. That's being a hater?
Yeah.
Okay.
bit.
Then I'm a hater. Let's throw the hood on me right now. No, but Riley Green, again, that entire go watch that
Come
Fox.
up the Mcshanes for jumping spins.
Go watch the Fox 2 clip because it was nothing but praising Riley Green in his play. So Flannel again has Riley Green's cock and balls so far down his throat that he can't take a couple light jabs at him outside of a direct attack.
Yeah, Nick, you were listening. What did he say about the at bat?
He's
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Look what he's done the past 7 games.
Yeah,
it does matter. Those are the things that matter when you're trying to be a superstar, which is I want to say 10 best players in baseball. That's how I look at superstardom.
Okay.
Those are the things that matter. Situational hitting, best on best, need you here, clutch mode. That's what matters. And like I said, one at bat doesn't make or break it, and he's probably going to have another crack at it in this series. So I hope he comes through.
One day we will have Spencer's top 10 baseball players in the MLB. Looks like do we have a super chat? Or was that an old one?
Yes, we do have a super chat, and it is from Shift God. Oh, shout out Shift God.
Shout out Shift God.
Even though we lost, it's still Tigers to the World Series.
Absolutely.
Eat 'em up, Tigers. Eat 'em up.
It's
Eat 'em
one
up, Tigers.
game.
Eat 'em up.
It's one game. I don't understand why this is like truly the most microwave shit I've ever seen. We are talking
out
about
of the fan base
out of Flannel and the Riley Green cult right now. Because we are talking about a single at bat out of a single game.
You got Javi, you got Riley.
It's just stupid, dude. I'm praising the guy. But because I said we need more in one bat,
feel, brother.
It's just ridiculous. And Flannel hated Riley Green more than I did this
good,
year.
but he's not elite.
I never said Riley Green needs to be sent to the minors, Flannel. Did you say that? You did. So, Jesus Christ,
You called him auralist, though.
He is auralist. He's still fantastic at baseball.
Not true.
It is.
It's an
Show me an
incorrect
instance of Riley Green's aura.
That's
That's aura? Is that?
Right here, baby. Right here.
Okay.
You know what it is.
Hey.
Bone saw, baby.
Did he created that? That's a Riley Green trademark?
I will have to get the answer to that.
You do, Nick.
Yeah.
Investigative reporting.
You know what you got to ask him, Nick?
Yep.
You might suck to be that guy, but who has the most aura on the team?
Ask.
You got to ask him.
Ask everybody.
He's definitely
Spencer
seen
from the
clips
Woodward Heavyweight Show
of-
claims Riley Green has no aura.
No, you can't set it up. Because that's tipping the scales. You just got to ask everybody on the team who's got the most aura. I guarantee Riley gets mentioned.
We know it's hobby
two
bias.
Or less.
We know it's hobby bias.
Two or less.
We did it live on air. We said 5 guys before Riley Green.
You could ask what I just said, by the way.
And it's fine. That's not a bad thing. He's still great.
Spencer Morgan Raxter at address 532.
Why are you dropping my whole
Cranberry
government,
Lane.
Daniel? Daniel Circus?
No, but you can tell him. Spencer Raxter, the Woodward Heavyweight Show, calls Riley Green the Auralist King.
I do.
Is that an accurate statement? Boom.
He's the Auralist King.
I will not be mentioning anything about Riley Green not having aura to any of these players because I don't believe
we need to get it settled. We need to shut this guy up.
I will ask them who has the most aura on the team.
I'm sure there's goons in the chat right now saying that dumb shit.
Like I said, just ask everybody who's got the most aura on the team.
You
gotta do it, Nick.
You can say it,
That's
but
a viral-ass clip, by the way.
To me, I don't know if it's gatekeeping, but I think it's a little bit defensive. But I just think this guy is like the star of the Tigers on the roster. I personally don't like to hear out loud in a clip that this guy's aura-less and runs funny. I just think it looks bad on the guy because it's not
does run funny.
It's not appealing.
The only accurate statement in there is that he runs funny.
You guys sound insecure as fuck. Listen to the clip. I am saying this guy is swinging one of the best bats in baseball. He is one of the major reasons the Detroit Tigers have the best record in baseball. He's been playing like a superstar in the last 30 games, or in the last 7 games, in the last month. But because you guys hear 2 things, you get all scared. You sound insecure, like he's your girlfriend or something.
Why would we be insecure? We're just saying it's an incorrect statement.
It's not.
It's incorrect.
And you haven't shown me any evidence of it being incorrect.
What do you mean? The evidence is him. Watch him.
Show me an aura moment.
All right. We'll work on it.
All right.
How about I'm doing a show?
How about
I got to tell you to tell them about Planet Fitness.
Nope. No, you don't. You got to tell them about White Claw.
Oh, White Claw all day?
White Claw and Ben Johnson all day.
That's money, dude. White Claw, the #1 seltzer in the world from the brand that invented the category. Grab some of the OG flavors or grab its newer flavor, White Claw Grape. You know they gave me this read for a reason. That's because I love me some White Claw Grape, guys. Big shout out to Easttown Distributors, a proud partner of Woodward Sports.
Shout out.
From local roots to major support, they help keep good times flowing. Cheers to Easttown for backing Detroit's own.
Ain't no laws when you're on the claws.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
How do you think you won? This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Justice. It means different things to different people. But getting justice isn't just a legal process, it's a healing process. I'm Ven Johnson. I started Ven Johnson Law to help as many people as I could through the difficult and complex legal issues they face. In all kinds of situations, we help them get their life back and find the justice they deserve, no matter the case. At Ven Johnson Law, we're fighting for you, fighting with you, fighting because of you.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
Justice. It means different things to different people. But whether it's a settlement or a verdict, justice is always worth the fight. If you've got a case, contact the fighters at Ven Johnson Law today and get the justice you deserve. Tough, tenacious trial lawyers. Ven Johnson Law. Dude, that was money, dude. We are live at Mcshane's Irish Pub in Detroit for the White Claw Tigers tour. Come through and enjoy great food. Grab a White Claw, hang with the crew, and catch all the action on Woodward Sports. And remember, starting Monday, June 2nd, they are offering brunch every day at 7 a.m. It lasts all week. Mcshane's Irish Pub and Whiskey Bar in Corktown.
And Shane D, the Woodward Sports Chat, asks, why is it got to be White Claw?
Yeah.
Because it's the best.
Ain't no form.
Oh, wait.
Right. Hey, can you move that up on that shot so it's covering our crotches?
We specifically asked not to have our...
No, move the Ven Johnson bar up a little bit so it covers our crotches. Perfect.
Thanks.
All right, and we've got some breaking news.
I'm about to let my balls out on purpose. You don't do it.
We
All in this stream
I'll
right
shut
now.
this whole stream down. I will turn this stream around. We've got some breaking news, and Nick did not sound happy about it. So I'm just going to put a bow on this Riley Green, Sam Flannel thing, and then we'll go to Nick.
Okay.
Flannel, I'm sorry. All right? I'm sorry you feel the need to project your own insecurities on me because you called for Riley Green to be sent down to Toledo. It's okay. I have broad shoulders. I can carry the weight. All right, Nick, what's the breaking news here?
From the vet himself, Chris Mikowski, this was A.J. Hinch on Riley Green and Zach McKinstry both not starting tonight.
Oh, no.
Physically, we are not in a good place. Just being candid. We've got guys dealing with a lot of things, and we want to balance the short-term needs with the long-term running this race.
Oh, that's fine. That's
wow,
fine.
so you've been judging Riley Green while he's been hurt.
No, that's good news.
Wow.
They're going to get a day or two off, and then they'll be fine.
The other good news, Tigers medical update,
Jesus.
Sawyer Gibson-Long will make his next rehab start at Toledo.
Oh.
For those of you that don't remember, Sawyer Gibson-Long pitched in 2023 for the Tigers
There you go.
when he had a sub-3 ERA. If Reese Olson is on the shelf for a while, which I don't believe he will be, but if he does miss a start or two, expect a little bit of Sawyer Gibson-Long in your life. I like his stuff a lot, and I trust him.
Hey,
Yeah, his
yo.
stuff is pretty good. I like his stuff, too.
I love his stuff.
He
I
was
love
last
his
year at
stuff.
23?
Yeah.
Relief?
Love his stuff.
No, he was
No,
starter.
he's a starter. Yeah.
He's a dog.
He is a dog.
Wow, with the 3 ERA?
Sub-3.
Sub-3.
It was
No
in the
one's
twos.
why is no one talking about that guy?
Because he hasn't pitched in over a year.
What happened? What's been the hang-up?
He's had multiple injuries.
But the other breaking news that Nick was very dark cloud about was that's basically A.J. Hinch over-explaining that they're arresting them too for today.
I don't know, dude. AJ's pretty transparent.
And he literally just said, we're not playing them today, so they'll be healthy for the long run. So he's
Yeah.
giving them a rest day. That's what that means.
That's annoying, man. I understand it wholeheartedly. Like, the long term matters most.
Yeah.
But this is a big series, man.
You can still win.
Where are the Twins at right now? Who's second? Them or the Twins?
Twins.
Twins still?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Guardians were like 4 games back.
I got a question, actually. I was on Twitter last night, and I was looking for the drop ball that happened in the 8th. Or maybe it was a little later. Either way, people say the Guardians play a Demons brand of baseball. What does that mean?
A Demons?
Yeah, Demon brand of baseball. The Tigers do, too.
Oh, aggressive, attacking, taking the extra base, running out of the box, going from first to third on singles, like just doing everything you can to force the hand of your opponent. So they have to throw into third base instead of hitting their cutoff man because you're going first to third, and maybe it bobbles at third, and then you got a straight shot home. They're being aggressive on the base pass, aggressive in the zone. They're being demons out there.
Nothing no one really talks about with those guys, too. It's funny because we just got done with the rivalry weekend. I feel like it should be the Guardians.
It should definitely be the
moving
Guardians.
forward.
1,000%.
Why
Yeah.
is it the Blue Jays? Nobody cares about the Blue Jays.
No one fucking – even Maz. Maz has been around for fucking forever.
Yeah.
Doesn't give a fuck about the Blue Jays.
Oh.
If there's anyone here this network to explain that rivalry or feel that rivalry,
It'd be
it would have been
Maz.
Tom Mazaway. Doesn't give a fuck about the Blue Jays.
I think they tried to force it with the Canada thing. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
They saw the Four Nations shit, try to,
And the Tigers don't really have a rival. Like
It's the
you're right.
Guardians.
Is it the Guardian? But
It
not
is
even
100%.
the A's and the Yankees, I'd say.
the A's.
Yes, for the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's just been so long that last
so
year's
long.
ALDS literally made the rivalry. I mean,
be honest,
I've always
the
hated
Cardinals-
Cleveland,
I've
and
always
they've
hated
kicked our
Cleveland,
butt.
too.
And they've kicked our butt recently because we've been a bad team. But now that we're good, they kicked us out of the ALDS after having a 2-1 lead in that series. It is 100% Cleveland. You felt a different energy at the ballpark yesterday.
Yeah.
These teams do not like each other. I promise you that. And to be honest, Cleveland has their number right now. They
Yeah.
need to bounce back strong tonight. And speaking of bouncing back strong, Carey's hitting 1. Going
I
up
thought you were
against
gonna
the
White Claw.
righty. I like.
Speaking of bounce back straw, bounce back with a black cherry white claw.
I swear to God.
Going right into it.
All right. Kerry Carpenter's going up against a right-handed pitcher, and if you don't have a white claw in your right hand, here we go. Yeah. No, but I want to say,
chug it then?
expecting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a lefty though.
I got to relax. I got to meet my family that I don't know that well.
What's going on there, Easy?
Oh,
My
dude, it
cousin's
looks
getting-
like
my
we're
cousin-
actually naked now. Well, it looks like I'm naked now.
It'd be funnier if we looked naked.
It is tasteful.
My cousin
Jerry?
is getting married, and so a lot of
Jerry's
families
getting
coming in.
married? Jerry's
No.
his nephew.
Jerry's my nephew.
I'm kidding.
Why do you
dude.
do
I'm
that?
kidding. I'm kidding.
Dude, look at my cat.
Yeah, I mean, it's complicated. I didn't really know my dad that well, pretty much, and now we're getting back to, now we're mending things, and now there's
That's
a wedding on
good.
his side of the family. I'll be there, but I don't know them that well.
That's good.
So I'll be showing up all kinds of drunk because I'm off the claw.
Off the claws, no laws. That's good for you. That's good for Bryson. I'm glad to
Yeah,
hear it.
yeah, for
Yep.
sure.
Oh,
Absolutely.
super happy to hear that.
Yeah.
So
Great buzz going in with the White Claw.
the other thing, back to the rivalry,
Responsibly great buzz.
Dude, we've been talking about dads a lot today. We talked about dads on BDE today. It got a little emotional.
Really?
Yeah.
Who started it?
Neil, because he dropped off Cristiano at high school for the last time today.
Oh.
So that's his first kid out of the
Yeah,
house.
because I know Neil's got some shit with his dad because he never talks about it.
Yeah.
He does, but he doesn't. You know what I'm saying?
And that's, he just, that's the first kid that's going to college.
Yeah.
And he said it kind of hit him, like dropping him off at school for the last time.
Fuck, I couldn't imagine, dude.
Yeah.
All right, we're having that show. Not off the claw,
Not off the claws. Ain't no loss if you're off the claws. I love my dad. I do love you, Dad.
I will say
Father's Day's
so
coming
much.
up. Father's Day coming up. I want to say something real quick, though, to the rivalry. Guardians are also a young team.
Yeah, they are.
Like, this is going to be a thing for a while now.
And we're both gonna now follow the same game plan.
I hate that.
Like we are the Guardians now. How our
Okay,
team is
okay.
going to be built.
That's gross.
How we're going to attack free agency and molding players.
I'm not buying it.
That's how Scott Harris wants to build this team. That's how they've said
Yeah.
they want to build this team, and that's how they've built this team so far. So you're not buying that, Nick.
No, I am not,
So
because
you
they
think they're
did
gonna-
have the offer out to Bregman. That's a fact that they did. So I believe they will supplement this team when the time comes.
When's
and
the
they
time?
tried to. This summer, obviously, if we have a hole, they
Now.
tried to do it with Bregman. They got outbid. I'm pissed that they got outbid because Alex Bregman on this team, you're talking about not just the best team in baseball, the best team ever created.
All right. dude.
Besides the LA Dodgers. No, all right. Obviously,
No,
that
I
was
know
just
that was a
messing
joke,
around. But
yes. That's funny. That was good.
I will try.
Lean into it.
I mean, obviously you do have to see it and you do have to land the player, but I believe because they were in on Bregman, I will say they knew they had a hole at third. They tried to go attack it. They got outbid, which I don't like that part of it, that they ultimately didn't get him, but I do think that they will, unlike a Cleveland team who is literally taking the scraps of other teams. That's what they do, and they recreate them and repurpose them into good quality players.
Ornery U of M dad in the Woodward Sports Chat
Shout
says,
out.
White Claw, liquid courage for family drama. What an ad. Hell yeah, dude. You got to go hang out with your family. You don't like them? Pound a couple claws, Uber over there. It'll be a great time. Yeah, Nick, I don't know. It's like, yeah, it's cute you offered the contract to him. You didn't get it. So I'm not giving any participation ribbons. Sign Scooble, and then I'll talk to you about not being the Guardians.
Do you think the Guardians would
that's a
shell
great
out?
point,
do you-
Smitty.
Sign Scooble, and you're not the Guardians. You want to prove
True.
to me that you're not the Guardians? You pay the best pitcher in baseball $500 million. Then you're not the Guardians.
So the Tigers shelled out, I mean, just between Flaherty, Cobb, and Torres, it was around like 15 million, like 20-ish million. So like $50-ish million this season. But the Guardians don't do that.
Yeah, but all of
So
those
that's-
guys are gone next year, right?
Well, Flaherty will ultimately re-sign
Are
because
you
he's
sure?
not having the season. Yeah. Do you believe Jack
Is there-
Flaherty will be
Are you
traded? Let
sure
us know
he's
down in the
not gonna
comments.
get traded then?
Let us know.
God,
If he gets-
Yes,
I
I
Dude,
apologize.
I really do.
If they trade
I saw some guy
Flaherty,
dig up
nobody
that
can tell
clip.
me nothing, dude. I'm on a fucking heater.
You'd be on
There's
a heater
no
like
way they
no
trade
other.
him.
Yeah, it would be.
You got right with God.
I dig it
Straight
right
up.
with God. I've been positive.
It's happened to me.
I got right with myself, and good things are happening. And I love my dad. And I love White Claw, God damn it. And I love Mcshane's. And if I get arrested tonight, I'm calling Ben Johnson law.
God dang right.
Yeah, I saw someone in the chat say it. I think it was Greg 0235 or something like that. I can't. If I just
say it.
I don't know his name.
Yeah, just say what he said.
He said, who's going to step up tonight with Riley Green and McKinstry being out? I want to do that, but let's go to break first, and then we'll get back into that. Tell us about, tell us about White Claw.
Yep. White Claw, the number one seltzer in the world from the brand that invented the category itself. Grab some of the OG flavors or grab its newest flavor, White Claw Grape. A very refreshing and easy seltzer to drink, guys, is my go-to when I'm out here visiting my family for the first time in Comerica Park. So big shout out to Easttown Distributors, a proud partner of Woodward Sports from local roots. Yeah, I told you. I was supposed to be here, so I'm telling you. Nick is coming in for relief at 6:30. Big shout out to the Easttown Distributors, a proud partner of Woodward Sports. From local roots to major support, they help keep the good times flowing. Cheers to Easttown for back at Detroit's own.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
We are live at Mcshane's Irish Pub in Detroit for the White Claw Tour. Come through and enjoy great food. Grab a White Claw, hang with the crew, catch all of the action on Woodward Sports. Starting Monday, June 2nd, Mcshane's Irish Pub is offering brunch every day starting at 7 a.m. It lasts all week. Mcshane's Irish Pub and Whiskey Bar. It's just a great spot, man. A lot of TVs, a lot of cool, just great spot. They got a patio area.
You know something crazy?
What's that?
If you guys don't know, before we even made it to like the main network, you guys already know. We had our own podcast
I can't hear
before
anything.
we made the main network. Come in here, the first time you and I did it is when we had the little basement, not the basement, but in Studio B.
Yeah.
And we wanted to get our shit going, so we came here and did the prank.
Yeah, we did.
On St. Patrick's Day.
Yep.
We kept telling people, hey, the Lions should sign Nigel Thornberry.
Adam Baydoun.
Yeah, Lions should sign Adam Baydoun. What do you think about him?
The Pistons picked up something rain or
North Wind.
North Wind.
It's like, I think he would do better. But the reason why I brought that up, also, that's a great throw. Shout out to us. Shout out to God. God's great. But also, I met my cousin that day. Remember? What?
Wait, Nick's going to the game?
No. Yeah, but I'm gonna go after the show. We're good.
Oh no,
we're good.
Oh, after the show. Okay, so wait.
I can't hear anything again. By the way,
I don't know what is going on with that. That is.
Huh? It was good for a little.
Yeah, for a minute there, it was good.
Oh, there we go. I got it back. We're good.
All right.
Okay. This is where the heavies really got our footprint downtown.
Yeah. At Mcshane's.
At Mcshane's.
On St. Patrick's Day.
This bar
3-4
holds
years ago now.
It holds sentimental value.
It does
to the heavyweights.
And honestly, they've upgraded since then too.
Yeah.
It's a lot nicer in here.
It's a good spot, man, and it's even a better spot when you're enjoying black cherry White Claws because they're just
Bring the family close.
delicious. No, honestly though, the black cherry is by far the best.
Before I make love to my wife, I open up a fresh pack of black cherry White Claw.
Okay, so the Tigers obviously going to be without Riley Green and Zach McKinstry tonight. Just A.J. Hinch said basically just a rest day for those guys. They're
Did he say who's in for 'em?
They're dealing with little nagging injuries, and they're gonna. I don't know.
Maybe expectation.
Maybe Vierling plays.
Don't play with me like
Vierling
that.
is on the bench, but he is available.
Vierling is available. Who's in the? Do you got the starting lineup yet?
Yeah, you want me to read it out?
Yeah, read it off.
Hitting 1, Kerry Carpenter in right field.
Okay.
Hitting 2, Gleyber Torres, designated hitter. All right. Number 3, second baseman, Colt Keith.
Okay.
Number 4, catcher, Dylan Dingler.
Yeah.
Ding
Number
dong.
5, first baseman, Spencer Torkelson. Number 6, shortstop, Trey Sweeney. Number 7, third baseman, Andy Ibanez. Number 9, 8, everyone's favorite, left field, Akil Baddoo. And number 9, Spencer's best friend and cousin, center fielder, Javi Baez.
He is my cousin. We did find that out, allegedly.
Wait, what? Where did that come in?
I don't know. That's the first time I've heard of it.
Maybe you're talking about Torkelson.
No, he said Javi Baez. I do love Javi Baez. But, okay. I mean, so it's basically, that's ugly.
Hey, what's Keith been doing lately?
Colt Keith's been in. He's
doing better than he was.
Yeah, he's doing better than he was, but not as hot. He's perking up a little bit. I expect we need Torkelson to
Took
step
a torque
up.
bomb tonight.
I did torque bomb tonight. I put a unit on a torque bomb tonight.
A whole unit?
A whole unit.
God dang.
And I expect a torque bomb tonight, and I put $11 on a Colt Keith home run as well. So
Okay.
Yeah, I think those are the guys that you have do it. Those are the guys that you expected to be your core 4. You know, is Torque, Colt, Riley, and Carey. So the Watts, the core 4 Watts. So I expect Torque to step up, and maybe Colt can lean into one here.
Yeah.
What about your boy? Actually, let's do this. It depends how you want to do this one, actually. Yeah, I do want to do this before I get going.
Javi Baez, he had 2 hits last night.
1 sec.
I want to talk about trade candidates.
1 second, easy.
Yes.
Real quick, before you bring that up. Big game, Kerry Carpenter. I mean, what are we doing here? The guy we're going up against, Slade, the right-handed pitcher, has a 5.4 ERA. He's a righty. What does Kerry do? He rakes against righties. Mashes righties. 871 OPS. Kerry Carpenter, big day. And I'm calling it, fellas. I'm calling it 4th leadoff bomb. We get right back on track. Everybody that's freaking out.
4th leadoff bomb
of the season. Kerry Carpenter calling it.
I like that.
I don't think anybody's freaking out. You guys keep saying this.
You should see Twitter. You should see, or Facebook for that matter. Instagram.
Twitter's not real. Twitter isn't a real place.
Okay, Instagram and Facebook, though. People are going off.
I don't know, man. Really? Like, going off how? Freaking out how? Saying the Tigers are done?
We can never beat Cleveland. They run this division. They own us.
Yeah.
All right.
They're not wrong.
When's the next? Do we got time to do this next segment or no? We're gonna 8 minutes.
What's the next segment?
I want to talk about trade candidates. We aren't the Cleveland Guardians here.
For the Tigers?
We might add on.
Okay.
There's even one that was speculated by Bleacher Report. I don't know if that means anything to you guys. I know you talked about it yesterday on BE.
It was not speculated by Bleacher Report. Bleacher Report put out a mock trade for every single team to get Paul Skeens.
It's a speculation.
No.
This could happen for this team. This would be the trade that happens.
They're not trading for Paul Skeens. You know who's somebody I would like to trade for, though? No, I don't know.
No. Oh, who you going to say? A pitcher?
No.
You're going to say a pitcher?
I was going to say a pitcher.
Who?
I know what you were going to say. I was going to say Aroldis Chapman is what I was going to say.
Is that Nick's boy?
I don't know. Is that Nick's boy? I don't know.
I think it is.
I'm not a big Aroldis Chapman guy. I don't know.
You're not a big Aroldis Chapman guy? Why?
I think he has some what's it called, allegations.
Yeah, he definitely does have some domestic abuse allegations.
Yeah.
No,
Hey, we had Miguel Cabrera here and we loved him.
So yeah, but I think saying that's Nick's boy is aggressive.
Yeah, him and Mike
Nick
Green
loves
hanging
it.
out.
They hang out all the time.
Yeah.
No,
Nick's a big fan of him off the field.
Love what he does.
He's not the best human, but the guy is still throwing 100.
Ben Johnson Law. You're not the best human.
100. He's still throwing 102, 103 miles per hour, and he's having a damn good year for the Sox right now. So if the Red Sox, they're blowing out whoever they're playing today. I saw it was like 13-3 or something like that. Rafi Devers, again, is that a trade candidate?
Yes.
Is Rafi Devers a guy you would go after?
Yes. No one's talking about it really outside of us, I feel like.
And like we said, I know the big point of contention with Rafael Devers is, he's a cancer. He doesn't want to play anywhere. He won't do this. We need him to play third base. Hey, Rafi Devers, do you want to come to Detroit and play third base the rest of the year?
Sox are going to have to start losing more games, though. They're still hanging at 500 right now.
Yeah.
Looking at that division, though,
They're not trading Devers.
One team that will be selling off some pieces, I believe,
Blue Jays?
is the Orioles.
Oh, the Orioles. Well, yeah, dude, what is
16
going on
and 33. The Orioles have completely
Jeez.
imploded, and this is the thing. I know everybody loves our prospects, as you should. We've done a phenomenal job building this farm system, and now that you have the system, you can trade some of these top players if it means you're bringing in elite talent to get you over the hump where we're not just competing against the Dodgers in the World Series. We're beating them.
Then you better re-sign Skubal. If you're trading any of your top prospects, you have to re-sign Skubal.
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, 100%. For sure.
And do you think they're going to?
I don't like that it's taking this much time, but Scott Boras doesn't frickin' sign. It's the worst. I honestly think of Scott Boras as Satan. Is that too far to say?
A little bit. Yeah.
Allegedly. I hate what he does to the Detroit Tigers players. I mean, Skubal, you're literally talking about losing him. You lost Max Scherzer. He pinned us in a corner with the Miguel Cabrera contract. Like, Scott, get bent.
Scott Boras probably has so much money, dude. Holy
so
shit.
much money. I believe it was Miguel. It was either Miguel or JV. So my mistake if I was wrong on that one. But
it's all right.
I respect it, but
I respect.
Yeah, man, that's his job.
He's breaking
he's great
up
at it.
franchises.
No,
yeah,
he's getting guys.
He's breaking up families.
You know who's breaking up franchise are the cheap-ass owners.
Yeah.
You don't have a salary cap limiting you in this league.
You're tearing this
the money.
family apart.
Yeah.
Scott
I
Boras.
can't blame Scott Boras for getting the most.
I'm not blaming Scott Boras for getting Tarek Skubal what he deserves. What Tarek
$50 million,
what
$500 million.
What Tarek Skubal deserves is to be the highest paid pitcher in the MLB because he is the best paid pitcher in the MLB. So if the Tigers won't make him the highest paid pitcher in the MLB, he's going to go somewhere else. That's not Scott Boras' fault. That's Chris Ilitch's fault.
Yes.
If you want to keep the best player in the league, you got to pay him like the best player in the fucking league, flat out.
Like, I got to be honest, too, and I know this is like dead and gone, and we just beat the guy. He had a hell of a series against us, though. But the Bregman conversation, yeah, they tried, but there's no fucking salary cap. So there's also no excuse. If you wanted him, and if you
could have
wanted
had
like,
him.
Truly, you could have had him.
Just like Max Scherzer. I know, Nick, that Scott Boras is the reason we didn't sign Max Scherzer, even though they lowballed him on the offer. And then the Nationals said, hey, we'll pay you $40 million more. Where are you going to go? It's not Scott Boras that's going to tell you, hey, go take the one where they're going to pay you a shit ton more money. That's odd. They lowballed Scherzer. They didn't lowball Bregman. I'll give them that. They didn't lowball Bregman.
I would say they did a little bit because they got paid $12 million more per year.
Yeah, but they gave him they offered him 7, right? 7 years or 6 years?
I believe it was 7.
So that's something that he's not going to get on his next contract.
He liked that opt-out.
He does like the opt-out, and it's good for him because he's going to be a fucking all-star MVP contention this year, opt-out, and they get paid $45 million a year next year. But
So what's he been playing for them? If they have Devers, or Devers not been?
Devers, I mean, he plays third base. That's
Devers been DH.
Yeah, Devers
But
consistently.
Devers is not.
Consistent DH.
Yeah.
Wow.
he lost the battle. It's
Bregman's a Gold Glove third baseman.
Alex Bregman is a way better third baseman than Rafael Devers. That's why Alex Bregman literally would have been the perfect player for the Detroit Tigers to sign, and they should have gave it. If he wanted 8 years, you give him 8 years because I don't give a fuck about how it ends. Nobody cares about how it ends. You don't sign MLB contracts for the last 3 years. You don't pay them for the last 3 years. MLB contracts are so stupid long and stupid expensive that always end bad. You are paying for the first 3 years. And the first 3 years of this Bregman contract would have been the best third baseman in the American League. and they didn't give him
Especially
enough.
on this team.
And they didn't give him enough money.
Bases would have stayed juiced.
Yep. Yeah.
His RBIs right now would be fucking insane.
Yeah. What if Alex Bregman was walking up to bat last night after Riley Green instead of Akil Baddoo or
You know what I'm
Andy
saying?
Ibanez?
It'd been nuts.
It would have been a grand slam.
Yeah.
Or
it's sad to even think about.
Riley would have hit a grand slam because they got to pump Riley full of fastballs because they can't afford to walk him because you got Alex Bregman behind him.
We have a super chat here from Mike Reed, and Mike Reed says,
Mike Reed, shout out Mike Reed.
Mike Reed,
starting
baby.
on the mound today for the Tigers Saturday and Sunday.
Jackson Jobe is on the mound tonight. The kid is getting the bump. That is good for the Tigers. Bet the over. Jackson Jobe on the mound. They score 7 runs per game behind Jackson Jobe.
There ain't no.
Bet the over on them. Saturday is still TBD. It's going to be Casey Mize.
Yes.
And then Sunday is Tarek Skubal. So the Tigers are set up to win this series. They need to come. Today is important, man.
Yeah, I don't know if they're set up to win this series.
They have
These off days, I should
This
say.
matchup, they should win tonight, even without Riley Green and Zach McKinstry in the lineup.
Can I
like Nick
confess
said,
something?
you're going up against a starter that has an over 5 ERA. Jackson Jobe has been, Nick, what is it? Outside of Colorado, he has a 3.03 ERA.
Yes, sir.
The guy
He's
is
just over 4.
The guy is dealing, dude. So I expect Jackson Jobe to continue the success. His past 2 starts have probably been the 2 best starts that he's had. So I expect him to keep it rolling and to hopefully you can get 6 innings out of him. Hopefully pump the strikeout numbers up a little bit. But this is a winnable game for the Tigers even without Riley Green and Zach McKinstry.
Yeah, I'm expecting a lot of big things from Jackson Jobe tonight. I believe the rookie, he has it. He has it. He knows when it's a big moment, and this is obviously a big moment. It is against the rival Guardians, you can't even argue that they are a rival at this point. But Jackson Jobe, the team has won each of his first 8 starts of his career. First time in Tigers history, going for 9 tonight. I believe they get the job done. Jackson Jobe, look for the command of the fastball. That's the big thing for Jackson. We've seen his walks get up there, and when he does have to get out of a bunch of trouble, it's because he is usually walking hitters. The command of the fastball sets up the electric slider and the sinker that literally looks like and the sinker that looks like a wiffle ball pitch. It literally just darts right. It was the sickest pitch I've ever seen.
Who was it in the Woodward Sports chat? Lions guy, I think, said it. Someone said it in the Woodward Sports chat that Alex Bregman has been declining every year. He's got a 938 OPS right now. So
better than anybody on the Tigers.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Did you not watch the series against us?
He's
Two
hitting
bombs.
almost
We
300.
cleaned everybody there except him.
He's hitting almost 300, and he's got a 930 OPS. So I don't shut up.
He rocks school.
Yeah, you need Jackson Jobe to step up tonight. You do. The bullpen got a little work last night.
Yeah.
So you're going to need Jackson Jobe to go at least 6 innings.
You know what? I do appreciate AJ because how big this series is in terms of the division. He didn't tax the bullpen too bad last night. It could have got that way.
Could have got bad.
Yeah. And shout out to Flaherty for holding his own, too.
Yeah.
6 and
It
2/3.
wasn't the worst outing.
No, he only gave up 3 runs.
Yeah.
It's not like the Tigers should have won that game.
Yes.
You only allow 3 runs.
And the errors in the 8th, or the 9th. Oh, my God. That was awful.
You only allow 3 runs, you should win that game.
The team fell apart.
Yeah.
After their morale was completely down there in the 9th after striking out back to back against Cade Smith. They got down, but this team has done this better than any team in baseball. It has bounced back after a loss. That's why this team is number 1 in baseball. It's because they have not gone on big-time slumps, and they haven't.
Real quick, Sound Kayak in the Woodward Sports chat says, Bregman turned down Detroit. Nothing else to say about it. And he did. He did. But that sentiment, I refuse to believe, because if you don't think that Scott Boras called Scott Harris or Chris Ilitch or whoever he was talking to after the Red Sox gave Bregman the offer and said, this is what the Red Sox give me. Can you match? Can you go higher? Come on. He obviously made that call. Every agent in the world makes that call. And Scott Harris and Chris Ilitch probably said no. And so he hung up and they took the Red Sox offer. So it's not like the Red Sox just said, here, take the money, and he said, okay, and signed right away. That's not how negotiations work. They definitely called because remember Bregman said he thought they were going to the Tigers the whole time until the last 30 minutes. So he got a call from the Red Sox. They gave him the offer. I'm sure they called back the Tigers. The Tigers didn't match. So it's not like it just I don't like giving the Tigers front office reprieve on that because just get him. Just get him. But it is what it is. Real quick before we go to break, Luigi Gaming with a super chat. He says, I'm new to baseball. What is OPS? OPS is on base percentage plus slugging. So it's basically how good of a hitter you are. It's how often you get on base and how often you hit extra base hits in one stat. But let's go to break. We'll come back. We're going to keep talking some Tigres. But first, let me tell you about Ben Johnson Law. Justice. It means different things to different people. But whether it's a settlement or a verdict, justice is always worth the fight. If you've got a case, contact the fighters at Ben Johnson Law today and get the justice you deserve. Tough, tenacious trial lawyers. Ben Johnson Law.
The bad boys of Detroit sports media are here. We won't back down. We are Woodward Sports, Detroit's #1 sports network.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
We are live at Mcshane's Irish Pub in Detroit for the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come through and enjoy a great... Oh, I can't even see. These are dark. Enjoy great food, grab a White Claw, hang with the crew, and catch all the live action on Woodward Sports Network. Starting Monday, June 2nd, they're offering brunch every day at 7 a.m. It lasts all week. Mcshane's Irish Pub and Whiskey Bar in Corktown.
What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights live from Mcshane's in downtown Corktown. Make sure you guys try that Corktown burger. That thing's absolutely delicious. Speaking of delicious, don't forget you grab yourself a black cherry White Claw. I don't discriminate, though. If black cherry's not your thing, they got the new flavor grape,
They got
too.
white
Make sure you
cherry,
check that one out, too. We got white cherry, too.
So now we would like to introduce, we got a special guest on the show today.
Yes.
He's our guy. He's a fan of the show. We
From out of
appreciate him
town.
being here. He's from out of town. He's getting married. It's his bachelor party. We're here with Wayne. Wayne, how you feeling, brother?
Very good. It's surreal to be on you guys' show. I watch. I'm live in Omaha, originally from Detroit.
Omaha.
And you can't get any Detroit sports content out there, let alone the game. So I appreciate you guys for being on the air.
Hell yeah, man. I appreciate you. What's your favorite sport?
Football for sure.
How you feeling about the Lions this year?
I feel good. The draft was good, and I feel like people are over the hype of the draft. Now they can look back and say, okay, in retrospect, that was a good pick. This was a good pick. Even though we did all want an edge, but hopefully, fingers crossed, that still happens before the season starts. But, yeah, I'm excited for the season. I went to the Kansas City opener 2 years ago.
Oh, hell yeah.
And that was –
I blacked out that night.
That Brian Branch interception shut that whole stadium up. It was it was crazy.
So
it was
easy.
crazy.
He said he went to the Kansas City opener with the Brian Branch interception. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could hear a pin drop.
That was a great game to be as a Lions.
Yeah.
That's when we found out as Lions fans. We were like,
we're about that
oh,
shit.
Wait, this is real. Hold on. What do we do?
And,
That's awesome,
that
man.
game was awesome. And it was leaving, it was like you could see all the people that drove up because Michigan license plate after Michigan license plate after Michigan license plate. And, I mean, at the end of the game, they showed it on TV, like how many Lions fans were in the stadium. But a lot of those people traveled, and so that was pretty cool to see.
Wayne, are you going to the game?
Today?
Yeah.
Yep, going to the game, sitting behind the dugout. Me and my buddies came in from out of town as well, so I showing them a little bit about the city and that they heard about so many times.
You're sitting behind the Tigers dugout?
Behind it, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
dude. Okay. If they're winning, tell AJ Hinch you got his next drink at Birmingham Roast.
Okay, bet.
Say that. He'll. I guarantee he'll turn around. I guarantee. He's
Okay.
in there all
That's
the
a
time.
spot.
That's a spot.
All right.
How'd you feel about the Isaac Tesla draft pick?
I really was. I was kind of confused, but I love a good story. The hometown pick, it was good, and I mean, with all the news about what they were trying to do to move up and not being able to, it was like, okay, well, let's get a hometown guy. Let's get somebody that's going to add value.
Yeah.
I felt like it was kind of like the Vaki pick, where it was like a piece that didn't necessarily make all the way sense, but they'll find a spot for him and he'll fit in. So
I like it. Who was your favorite pick that the Lions got?
It's kind of a tough draft to do that with.
Yeah.
There's not any sexy picks.
Not
you
a
know?
lot of sex. A lot of French work.
I'm a sucker for a mullet, so.
Oh yeah, dude!
What'd you
Let's
say?
go. He said he's a sucker for a mullet.
I like
hell yeah.
a good dirty offensive lineman to help keep our guys clean. So that helped. It was about stacking pieces, and so
Tate's the man, dude.
I like that one too.
He's
I really do.
nasty too. Lions fans are gonna love him. And Wayne, we're looking at next year for the Detroit Lions. They have one of the toughest schedules in the league. A lot of playoff teams, both teams that played in both the NFC and AFC, or not the AFC, but the NFC championship game. And then you got the Ravens and the Chiefs on the AFC side. Who is your favorite matchup next year? What game are you looking forward to the most? Which one do you want to win? The baddest.
I kind of want the Commanders. I want that one back.
Yeah, get your
just
lick
because
back.
that's the one that sent us home. We were talking about that walking over. Is like we made it further 2 years ago than we did last year, and so that just, I mean, the Commanders were kind of not out of nowhere, but we didn't expect it to go down like that. And we were even talking about how the Lions play better on the road, and so you kind of want them to be in that position where they're kind of underdog. But I don't know what it is about last season. They just didn't play the greatest at home, but I mean, just balled out on the road. So I want the Commanders back. I mean, the Eagles too. I want to see them again.
Oh yeah.
So
best of the best.
Between those two, I'm going to try to go to the Kansas City game again this year, but that's kind of like, eh.
Who's your favorite player on the Lions? Like, who's your guy? I know it's tough. We got a lot of fucking good players.
Hold on. Where do you rank Jared Goff?
Okay, that's what I was going to lean into that.
Yeah, that's what I
in
need.
the division, in the league, like
In the league.
In the league.
Yeah.
I would say top 5, top 8, somewhere in there.
Top 5, top 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's okay, Wayne. All right, Wayne. There we go.
Wayne knows ball.
Wayne, you watch the Pistons at all? You a basketball fan?
Yes. Again, tough to watch them in my location because region locked and all that. But watched them when I could. Talk to my dad about them all the time. And another good story. It's funny when you look at all the Detroit teams. You like rank them based on like where they are, based on where the Lions were when they started winning.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like doing that. And the only one we need to get it to pull together is the Red Wings, really. And
I was just going to say, are you a Red Wings fan? I mean, that's the only one that's like, are you a Red Wings fan? Like, I mean, it's okay.
Yes, I love hockey.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of the more bigger sports in Omaha with the UNO hockey team. But,
shout out.
I bought my first Red Wing hockey jersey this year. It was a Datsuk jersey.
Hell yeah, dude.
I want a Kronwall jersey, but that one's harder to find.
Yeah,
but,
those are tough.
Those are my 2 favorite Red Wings of all time.
Dude, good taste, too.
Yeah.
Good taste.
All right, Wayne, what's one hot take you have? Any Detroit sport?
This is good.
Any guys getting underrated? Any guys getting hated on? Any guy that you hate that's overrated? or any trade or coach that needs, like, what is the one take that you have that people are like, yo, what?
I was ready to launch Baez out of a cannon last year, but he's kind of proved his worth this year a little bit so far. But I don't know if I have any hot takes. I'm kind of a wait and see kind of guy based on the season.
You're the opposite of Nick. He's a slow cooker. Nick is the microwave. He's the slow cooker. He says he's not really a hot take guy. He's a wait and see and feeling it out.
By the way, you're a smart, rational guy.
Very
that's
rational.
What that is.
Yeah.
You know,
Wayne,
we have to be hot take it.
We got to be hot take it. And Wayne, we appreciate you so much, man. Good luck.
Wayne's getting married.
I was gonna.
Yeah. It's okay. Sorry.
Relax,
Sorry.
dude. Relax.
Right. I know
I'm a professional here. Good luck with the marriage going forward. Shout out the wife. Give everybody a shout out. What's going on with you, man? And let the wife know you love her.
Kendra, thank you for. I'm just in a good spot right now. Appreciate you. Love you. Can't wait for September, where we lock it in and she becomes a Lion Detroit fan for life. Hopefully we'll move here, but we'll see about that.
And the heavyweights are invited to the wedding. We're going to pull up.
Hey, what?
No.
I was like, well, I'll do it. Bro, I love weddings. You don't understand.
Yeah, me too.
Weddings are a great time. Everyone's so happy.
Crush at weddings. Wayne, appreciate you so much joining the show. Thanks for the support, brother. And good luck. Enjoy the game tonight. Hopefully the Tigers win.
Yeah,
and best of luck with your marriage.
We need a dub. No 7-0 today. That's
no 7-0. Bring the good juju to the ballpark, Wayne. We appreciate you, bro.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to break. We're going to come back. We're going to keep talking Tigers, but first tell us about White Claw. Easy.
White Claw, guys, the #1 seltzer in the world. You want to know why? They invented the category. Grab one of the OG flavors or a new flavor, White Claw Grape. It's always refreshing and an easy-to-drink seltzer that doesn't taste like the artificial flavor that the other stuff usually tastes like. Big shout out to Easttown Distributors, a proud partner of Woodward Sports. From local roots and major support, they help keep the good times flowing. Cheers, Easttown, for backing Detroit companies.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Justice. It means different things to different people. But getting justice isn't just a legal process, it's a healing process. I'm Ven Johnson. I started Ven Johnson Law to help as many people as I could through the difficult and complex legal issues they face. In all kinds of situations, we help them get their life back and find the justice they deserve. No matter the case, at Ven Johnson Law, we're fighting for you, fighting with you, fighting because of you.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
Let's give it up for David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
We are live at Mcshane's Irish Pub in Detroit for the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come through and enjoy the great food. They got the Corktown Burger. They've got the Buffalo Chicken Wrap. Just try them. They're delicious. Look at that.
Chris.
Philly cheesesteak. Oh, my God.
Can you load my torque video from yesterday?
Yeah. Oh, my God. This plate's hot.
Wow.
Oh.
Can you cut like half of that?
Philly cheesesteak. Certified fire.
Fuck yeah.
Try it all here at Mcshane's. And remember, starting Monday, June 2nd, they are offering brunch every day. Oh, my God, that is hot. Be careful. At 7 a.m., Brady just set me up for failure. It lasts all week. Mcshane's Irish Pub and Whiskey Bar. That cheesesteak is elite. What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live here on Woodward Sports. We are live from Mcshane's in Corktown for the White Claw Tigers Tour, presented by White Claw and Ven Johnson Law. I am joined now by the esteemed Tigers beat reporter for the network, the one, the only, you know him as Mario or Microwave, it's Nick Kohloff.
What up, Spemo? Honestly, I've never felt more like a beat reporter than yesterday.
Yeah.
I was able to actually talk to the players. One of the guys being Torque right after BP. He was nuking the baseball.
Oh, I bet Torque's
all around.
BPs are amazing.
The crack of the bat itself was amazing. And then seeing, got to see Akil Baddoo. Obviously, there's a lot of, he's not hitting right now, which is okay to say.
Yeah.
And I think he would tell you that himself. But the thing with Torkelson, one of 5 players, him and Riley Green, are one of 5 duos with 12 home runs on the season.
Yep.
Those two have been dynamic. Do you think those two together is sustainable in carrying this team to ultimately be the best team in the American League?
I do. Torkelson has made me a believer out of him. I know I had the doubts, and I think that the extensive hate that I gave Torkelson last year was because I was so high on him going into the season that the bottom out really hit me hard. But he has been so locked in, man. He is barreling up everything and just absolutely launching nukes, not cheap home runs, straight torque bombs. And we know what Riley Green is. Riley Green has shown over the past couple of years that he is a great hitter, and he's going to do a lot of things, and his power has really perked up last year and this year going into it now. So, yeah, I think both of those guys are going to be the core pieces going forward. I think that's what the original goal was when you had Avila creating this team. We know the Tiger Kings magazine cover and everything like that, and there were bumps in the process, there were injuries and fall-offs, but now it seems like the water is reaching its level, and both of these guys are going to be the 3 and 4 hitters, or the 4 and 5 hitters, or wherever you pencil them in the middle of this lineup for the foreseeable future, and I'm really happy with it.
I am 100% buying the resurgence of Spencer Torkelson. Obviously, we talked about Riley Green. I do believe he's going to hit that superstar mark. These two together, it's not just on the field. I feel like it's off the field. These guys vibe together. They're friends.
Best
they pull
friends,
for
dude.
one another.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you need in a duo. I mean, you don't have to have them love each other, but it helps.
Definitely helps.
You know, when they're pulling for each other. And then you see, one thing I've noticed this season a lot is when one guy goes 4 for 5 with 4 RBIs, the other one, 0 for. You know, next day, say Torque's hot, Riley might take a step back. But if these guys are getting hot at the same time, that's when you are legitimately talking about winning a World Series.
Yeah,
and these two can carry you to that. But we haven't seen them be hot at the same time for an extended period yet.
Yeah.
And this team is still the best team in baseball.
That is what you need when it comes down the stretch. When you're looking at, September and October baseball, those are the guys that, like you said, you're going to have them carry your team. You're going to need that 3-4, 4-5, 3-5, wherever they're put at in the lineup. Both of those guys hitting the way they are, the OPS, the power, putting the ball out of the ballpark. Both of them are the top on the team on all of those categories. So you need them to continue to do that, and hopefully they can both get in sync when the season comes down the stretch going into the playoffs. Because like you said, Nick, if you have both of their bats being hot in the playoffs, with the pitching that the Tigers have, that's a tough out.
You're looking at Spencer Torkelson, who is 3rd in the American League in RBIs now with 39. Nobody would have bought this before the season that he would be this good. The swing and miss is still there with Torque, as it is with Riley Green. That's one thing I do want to see Riley cut down on is the strikeouts. He is tied for 1st in the American League in strikeouts. That number has to get down a little bit, and you saw it last night in the big at-bat. Ultimately, he was chasing pitches.
He was chasing pitches.
That's what I want to see. Riley Green needs to get back to seeing the ball just a little bit better out of the arm. And
And
I think Flannel himself would tell you that one.
He might. I don't know. Riley can do
He
no
would.
wrong in Flannel's mind.
He would.
After he was supposed to get sent down to AAA, he can do no wrong. But quick jab, Flannel, you know I love you. I think the strikeout thing is definitely there, and that has definitely been a problem, if you want to call it a problem. That has been a hiccup in Riley Green's game so far this year. But I think that's just something that we're going to have to live with if you want the increased power numbers. If you want a guy that's on track to hit 35, 40 home runs this year, which he is, he's going to strike out a lot. That's what baseball is. That's what modern baseball is. You're swinging for the fences, you're taking these big cuts, and it's either going to result in a swing and a miss or you're putting one over the fence. So Riley Green has kind of adapted that. I mean, he's still hitting for average, too. Like, he's still getting those, but the strikeouts are going to be higher, but so are the home runs because that's what baseball is now.
It's been a lot. You're right. It's been a lot. It's hit or miss with Riley right now.
And that's just baseball now, though. It's not
true.
That is elite hitters in baseball. Ellie De La Cruz already has more strikeouts than Tony Gwynn, like, in their careers. Like,
that's insane.
You're not going to get Tony Gwynn anymore. You know, you're not going to get Victor Martinez anymore, who has more home runs than strikeouts on a season. You're going to get guys that are swinging for the fences, so they're going to strike out more.
Luis Ariz is the outlier.
Yeah.
And yeah, the thing with Riley, I think if it was genuinely an issue, I mean, I do want to see just a little bit less chase. That's specifically what I want to see with Riley. And it's just the chase rate out of the zone. I've seen him take a lot of big hacks on the sliders. It feels like he's not picking those up as well. It's down. It's breaking balls down. You need to see him just get better at that. And I'm okay with it. I'm going to live with it. No, I'm not trashing the guy here. But I think the team's okay with it as well because Riley's the kind of player he can make, adjustments on the fly. And I think you're right. I think they asked him to be this power bat this season to drive in runs for this team that needs it. And because you have Kerry Carpenter in the one spot, you're getting guys on base in scoring position. So I am okay with it, but I think it's just.
And again, he's swinging out of the zone on more pitches, and that looks ugly.
Yeah.
But again, I think that's by design because they're telling him, if you feel like you're going to get your pitch, if you feel like you're going to get your middle or your outside third, wherever he likes his sweet spot, you swing at it and swing as hard as you can.
Yep.
So it's him guessing.
Yeah.
And if you guess wrong, it's going to look really ugly. But if you guess right, it's going to go 400 feet. So that's what it is he finds the count, he feels the pitcher, and if he thinks he's going to get his pitch, he's going to swing at it, and sometimes the pitchers win and he's wrong. But if you are right every 7 times, it's worth it, and you might strike out a couple times. But if you go 1 for 3 in a game with 2 strikeouts and a homer, you win.
Exactly. I'm definitely going to live with it. I see a comment in the Woodward Sports chat. It says, Nick looks older, but if you want to stay young, make sure you're drinking White Claw Seltzer. Black cherry, best in the game. White Claw is the best drink right now on the market. Make sure you guys put it over some ice if you feel that way. I love it over a glass of ice. I know my mom swears by it as well. Marge is a big supporter of Black Cherry White Claw.
Nick was bringing Tallboy White Claws into the studio before we were sponsored. So this isn't a paid ad. This is just how the man lives his life.
Yeah,
Chris,
I will. Yeah,
baseball savant.
Yeah, you've been kind of quiet today for some reason.
I let y'all cook.
We're talking a lot of baseball, and you are obviously the biggest baseball mind in the network.
All seeing and all knowing.
Can you name who's at third base for the Tigers today?
Well, you see, I wouldn't want to spoil it for those that are staying.
That is true.
For those that are going to the game, like my man that was just here, congratulations once again. Shout out to Wayne. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it for him because I know he's listening. No. I just was keeping it subtle. But yeah, shout out to Wayne. Shout out to Wayne. And yeah, I don't want to spoil it for you guys. So you guys can ask me all these baseball questions,
Chris,
and I do know the answers, but I don't want to spoil things.
We know Andy Ibanez is starting at third base. Obviously, he's one of your favorite players on the team. But honestly, Chris, you're not a fan of baseball. I'm just going to say it's true. You're not a fan of baseball. Looking at what the Tigers are doing, though, do you find yourself paying more attention because they're the best team in baseball, because they're so hot, because they've got the city feeling it right now? Are you a little bit more bought in than you would be, say, at the start of the season last year when they were slow and they were losing games?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, I genuinely did get into it a lot during that magical run that they had last year. That was you guys always know my thing when it comes to sports. I like sports because of the way that they connect people, the way a whole city gets behind it. That's why Detroit sports fans are the best sports fans, because they ride or die for their teams. And so I was getting into it. I enjoyed sitting next to Maz and you as we were doing the watch parties during that epic race for the playoffs. That was honestly fun. The thing is with baseball is it's hard to keep up with because it's so fast. It's hit or miss. Every single day something's happening. So if you check out for 3 days, all of a sudden the sky is falling or the bats are flying. Like there's a lot of just like hot and cold, so it's hard. But playoff baseball, I'm not going to lie, is electric.
Playoff baseball
when
is
Scoop
insane.
stepped to the mound, I was watching those games. When Scoop stepped to the mound, the energy, the way he carried himself, like every pitch, when that ball hit the glove, that sound effect just
whew,
that was nice.
And I love baseball. I'll always love baseball. It's probably my second favorite sport to play because I'm behind football. But Nick, this is like we talked about it on BDE a little bit, Nick.
Yeah.
That like team of destiny vibe that gets thrown around for multiple different teams. It gets thrown around for different sports, but when you look at what this team is doing right now by having the best farm system in baseball and being the best team in baseball at the same time, is it true? Is it time to say they're the team of destiny this year?
I think you can legitimately talk about them in the same breath as the 1984 Tigers and as the 2006 Tigers.
Chris,
one of them won the World Series. One of them went to the World Series.
Chris, the 84 Tigers won the World Series,
Yes.
and the 2006 Tigers went to the World Series. Neither were supposed to.
Yeah.
All right, continue.
I do know that.
Yeah, the Detroit Tigers are just on a special run right now. It's every single button besides last night with Akil Baddoo that AJ is pressing. It is working. I mean, let's just be honest here. It is.
All right, chill on Baddoo.
I mean, Baddoo gave me the best interview I've ever had, honestly. He's a great guy. I'm pulling for Baddoo.
Seems like a very nice guy.
Pulling for Baddoo. But, yeah, every button that we're pressing is right. The team hasn't lost much at home. They're winning games on the road. It's every single way that this ship is, turned. It's the right way to go.
They've only lost 2 series all year, dude.
Yeah, Dodgers, Brewers, Rangers.
Oh, yeah, Rangers.
So three series there. But
Those pesky Rangers.
What?
Those pesky Rangers.
Yeah, screw the Rangers. And Wyatt Langford. Wonder how he would look in a Tiger uniform. Just kidding. All right, we're not doing that today.
Grand Slam last
Max
night.
Clark, baby.
Max Clark, Grand Slam last night.
Yeah, we could talk minor league baseball probably all day. Did you see Bryce Rayner's putouts?
Well, when you look at the Western Michigan Whitecaps, Max Clark, his bobblehead night's coming up soon. So, shout out Pat Caputo.
So I do believe that this isn't just a fluke. Obviously, you saw him go on the special run at the end of last season.
Yeah.
And then they put together the best stretch of baseball, to start the year since 2006, since 1984. So, yes, I believe this does have a team of destiny vibe. But the best part about it is you don't have the most electrifying player even playing yet in Parker Meadows. You're talking about a guy that stretches a single into a double into a triple. You're talking about a guy that is a Gold Glove caliber center fielder.
We got a Gold Glove caliber center fielder.
I believe he is the most electrifying player on the Detroit Tigers when he's playing. Does it mean he's the best?
Would you say he has more aura than Riley Green?
Yes.
Oh, the list gets longer.
This guy hates Riley Green. I don't know why this guy hates Riley Green.
I mean, I think he has an insane amount of aura. This team was on pace to win over 106 games when Parker Meadows was in the lineup last season.
He was inarguably one of the most important players on the Tigers last year. When you look at their record with him in the lineup, it was insane.
You're talking about one of the best best defensive outfielders when Parker gets back. I don't know if I would mess around with Javi in center, to be honest.
I'm not.
Unless he starts going through a slump anyway.
I'm putting Parker
in Javi at third. I'm putting Parker at center. But if Javi stays hot, I'm keeping Javi in center. I'm putting Parker in right to cover that deep track, and then Riley Green in left. I just don't think Riley's played enough right field.
If you're moving Javi, I'm putting Javi at shortstop, and I'm putting Vierling at third. And then Sweeney, if
you're
you want
kicking Trey out, my dog.
If you want to play both of them, Sweeney can DH. I'd rather have Javi at short than Sweeney DHing.
I would like to see the defensive metrics because Trey Sweeney did start rocky, but he's looked way better.
He's looked way better, for sure. But I'd rather have Vierling and Javi at third and short than Javi and Sweeney.
Yeah, I still think ultimately this
But
team's...
you can't go wrong.
Yeah,
you can't go wrong.
It's great problems to have.
Great
you're
problems
you're
to have.
sending down
Yes.
quality players for the first time.
Who gets sent down? Obviously Gunther got sent down.
It's going to be Akil Baddoo.
Akil
for
Baddoo
sure.
is no doubt going to get sent down for Perez or Parker.
Yes.
And then is it Jahan for the other? It's got to be, right? You can't
all these guys that are giving me interviews are fucking all leaving. I think it might be Jahan, but I love Jahan's at bats.
Too.
It's like he's a quality player, and if I don't know who else it would be. I mean, you got to keep the two catchers. I love what I'm seeing out of Dylan Dingler. I think he is 100% the catcher for now. I think he could possibly be an all-star. That's the Dylan Dingler. Possibly. I know we talked about Salvi. We talked about I don't even know how Rutschman's doing. Adley's doing.
No, what's his name? For the Seattle.
Oh, yeah, Cal Raleigh.
Cal Raleigh. Yeah, he's got almost 20 bombs already.
Yeah, he's going off for sure.
He's the starting American League catcher for sure. Dingler should be he should be an all-star.
They just moved him up to the 4 spot today, if I'm not mistaken. Let me confirm that. I read the lineup
Dingler
off.
hitting cleanup? Cole Keith's hitting third? Yuck. Yeah, that is. I don't like that.
You don't like Colt hitting 3?
No.
Against a righty?
Torque's hitting 5? Torque's in the 5 hole?
Yeah, Torque in the 5 spot. Dylan Dingler in the 4th spot, I think for the first time this season.
So it's Carey, Glaber,
Keith, Dingler, Torque, Sweeney.
Torque.
Sweeney's in the 6th spot.
I actually don't like. I don't hate that.
Yeah, I like the start.
Without Riley Green, I think that 1 through 5, 1 through 6 isn't bad. Because you got, obviously, Carey's not your on-base guy. He's going to hit a bomb or not.
Yep.
If Carey strikes out, then you've got Glaber, who is going to give you a great at-bat. And then Colt's been getting some pokes here or there. I don't hate it. Obviously, your best on-base guy is out with Riley, so you're going to need to make up for that. But I don't hate that 1 through 6. Dude, the Tigers have so many white guys. It's crazy.
Yeah, I will say Dr. Mario, maybe the biggest troll in the chat, says I never watched baseball before this season. I think you're full of shit, buddy. I think you don't know a single thing that you're talking about and that you're just a goddamn troll.
Oh!
A lame troll.
Lame.
That is what you are, buddy.
Troll.
Go take a lap.
Take a lap, Dr.
I bet
Mario.
Dr. Mario has big plans this weekend.
Big plans. You know what Nick's going to be doing?
I
Covering
grew up
the
playing
Tigers.
baseball. I played travel baseball, played in high school. I've watched the Tigers my whole entire life, and I got to talk to Spencer Torkelson yesterday, buddy.
Hey.
Take a lap.
Hey, Dr.
I got
Mario.
an interview with Torque. What are you doing?
Mario,
What are you doing?
Ask Rando Smalls what happens to somebody that questions Nick's credibility around here.
Come on.
Dude's scared to come back in the chat. No, shout out to my guy Nick. He knows ball.
Yeah.
Thanks for the support.
Got you, always, brother. Let's go to break. We'll come back, and we're going to keep talking some Tigres. But first,
let's do White Claw, and then we'll come back to 2.
Okay.
Because we doubled up.
All right, tell us about White Claw, Nick.
White Claw, the #1 seltzer in the world, from the brand that invented the category. Grab some of the OG flavors. Grab its newest flavor, White Claw Grape. A very refreshing and easy drink seltzer that doesn't taste like the artificial flavor that grape usually has. The perfect drink for any baseball game. Grab life by the claw. Big shout out to East Town Distributors, a proud partner of Woodward Sports Network. From local roots to major support, they help keep the good times flowing. Cheers to East Town for backing Detroit's own. Drink White Claw, folks. It's amazing.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you. Whole again. ThenFights.com.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Justice. It just means different things to different people. But whether it's a settlement or a verdict, justice is always worth the fight. If you've got a case, contact the fighters at Ben Johnson Law today and get the justice you deserve. Tough, tenacious trial lawyers. Ben Johnson Law.
And
that is money.
That is great.
Look
Fantastic.
out. Look out. Ben Johnson, hit me up. All right, we are live at Mcshane's Irish Pub in Detroit for the White Claw Tour. Come through, enjoy the great food, grab a White Claw, hang out with the crew, and catch all of the action on Woodward Sports Network. And remember, starting Monday, June 2nd, they are offering brunch every day at 7 a.m. It lasts all week. Mcshane's Irish Pub and Whiskey Bar in Corktown. All right, Nick. I just got a text from my boy Scott. My boy Scotty, you guys probably know him. He's a fan of the show, watches the show. I've mentioned him on the show before. He is the guy that got taken deep center field by Eric Haas in districts. Just absolutely mashed him. We played Holy Cross in districts, and Eric Haas took him deep. Shout out, Scott. Hope you relived that one.
Dr. Mario, you're a bum.
Dr. Mario, you're a bum. Congratulations, Scott. He's got a baby on the way to
Congrats.
him. His beautiful wife, Jackie. But he texted me, and obviously we were talking about guys that you're looking to replace, guys that you're looking to move on when these new pieces come in. He says Justin Henry Malloy greater than Andy Ibanez.
Okay, this is great.
This is great. How do you feel?
If
in
it
the
was
eyes
Andy,
of A.J. Hinch.
If it was Andy Ibanez last season, I would say Andy Ibanez all day. But this season, currently right now, I think I'm with your boy. I'm taking Jay Hen. I like the at-bat more than Andy Ibanez. I mean, we saw Andy come up clutch, but it was last season.
Yeah.
Guess who got the big walk-off against Aroldis Chapman in the spot against the lefty?
And
Jay Hen, walk-off.
I was going to say, does getting Perez back as a switch hitter, a guy who's good on the right side, is that give you, because obviously Parker's a lefty, but you're getting Vierling and Perez back.
Yep.
Does that give you more comfortability, comfortability?
Are you more comfortable?
Are you more comfortable pushing down Andy Ibanez because you're getting a couple righties back?
I am, but man,
you still need all the righties you can get, and AJ
loves Andy Ibanez.
He loves Andy Ibanez, dude.
So I do believe it'll
weapon.
be Jay Hen, but AJ Hinch loves himself some Andy Ibanez against the lefty.
Yeah,
it just hasn't been the same magic this season.
If it was me, I would send down Andy Ibanez and I would keep
over
Justin
Jay Hen?
Henry Malloy. Yeah, I would.
I think there's some upside with Jay Hen.
I think
that
there
he
is
still
upside with Jay
untapped.
Hen.
Yeah.
I think when we look at the playoffs last year and down the stretch last year, Justin Henry Malloy was having some of the best at-bats on the team, and so was Wencel Perez. So it'll be good to get Wencel Perez back. But Jay Hen was having great at-bats down the stretch in clutch games in important parts of the game. So I'd like to keep that bat on the roster, but I don't think it's even a question. AJ's not getting rid of Ibanez, dude. That's his rook.
That's his guy.
That is his rook. That is one of his most important chess pieces that he could just, I need an out here. Ibanez. Like,
boom,
it's
blackjack.
just his guy. Yeah.
His dealer flips 21, and AJ's the dealer.
He's too good for
I
what
agree.
AJ Hinch uses him as.
I got a question for you.
And him and Kerry are the perfect yin and yang.
It really is. It's special. That's such a tough question because I feel personally some way, but it's always going to be AJ's decision, obviously, and he loves himself some Andy Ibanez. But there was a chat in here. Has a White Claw been shotgun yet? Spencer, is it time
a
to
White Claw
shotgun a White Claw?
I'll shotgun a White Claw.
We need to get.
Can I get an unopened White Claw? Yeah.
We need to get an unopened White Claw for Spencer, and I gotta say, I don't know if I've seen Spencer shotgun, but I gotta think this is gonna be under 3 seconds. Spenny.
Yeah.
Would you consider yourself Hoss status?
Hoss status?
Because you do have to be able to shotgun fast to be considered a elite hoss.
Ask Easy. Ask everybody on the streets of Detroit during Lions games.
Yep.
I am absolutely hoss status. I was undefeated in shotgun races and
Never
tailgates.
lost.
Never lost over the past 2 years.
Best in the world.
So come at me with that weak shit, and you're gonna get tossed to the side. I'm just saying. There's an art of shotgunning, and it's just like I tell the young ladies I go home with. You got to relax the throat, and you'll be fine. So I'm just saying, there is an art of shotgunning, and the White Claws go down like water. But Dr. Mario is still chirping you, dude. Dr. Mario.
Yeah, I don't even know what his issue
bud?
is. I honestly thought Dr. Mario was straight.
I thought he was cool, too.
Trolls will be trolls.
Brady better get in on this, says Stick.
Oh, Brady. I would be all into shotgun a White Claw if I was not going to Comerica, so want that to be known. But drink White Claw responsibly.
Drink White Claw responsibly. I'm obviously Ubering home. Actually, my boy Schwitz lives down here. He gave me the key to his apartment. So while he's having a lovely dinner with his fiance, I'm going to be raging in his apartment.
Drinking White Claws.
Drinking White Claws. Shotgunning White Claws.
Yeah, make sure you guys come check out Mcshane's Irish Pub down in Corktown.
Great spot.
Very nice bar. Great atmosphere in here. Great people. The food was amazing. Just had a Philly cheesesteak. Delicious. And drinking White Claw while you do it. Make sure you guys, Corktown, super underrated spot in Detroit. I live down here. Love coming to Corktown.
Terry Wass, I haven't seen you in the chat before, Terry. He says J-Hen is better at taking walks and has a higher OBP.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
He sees pitches, and that's big. Like, J-Hen was hitting leadoff for this team when we came home after the first road trip of the season into L.A., into Seattle.
I forgot that.
When Torres went down, they ultimately called J-Hen up. Where'd they put him? Leadoff. Why did they do it? Because he sees pitches. He makes the pitcher throw in the strike zone. He's not big at chasing. I trust J-Hen in a big at-bat. Like last night.
In a high leverage at bat.
Against a lefty, I trust J-Hen.
Against anybody.
Yeah, true.
Against anybody in a high leverage at bat. Obviously, Andy had that triple in the playoffs last year that was absolutely electric. But if you're giving me, you don't tell me who's on the mound, and you say you have a high leverage at bat, who do you want? I'm taking J-Hen. He takes more pitches. He sees the zone better. But Andy is his weapon, dude. That's AJ's weapon.
Yeah.
He likes
it really
secret
is.
weapon. And, he hasn't been that this year.
Yeah.
But, so maybe you send him down. Let him get right.
Yeah, Andy Ibanez hitting 243 this season with a 696 OPS. But, yeah,
what's J-Hen's? Here, I'll look it up.
I got to pull it up.
Yeah,
But Andy Ibanez is 32. This is such a tough question, but you're talking about the last players basically on your roster that are going to come in a pinch hit situation. You're doing pretty damn good with your team. And if you are just tuning in for the first time, Riley Green is out tonight. AJ Hinch has given him and Zach McKinstry rest as they seem to be a little bit banged up right now. No words of the IL or anything serious like that, but it seems like the players are going through it a little bit right now.
J-Hen's hitting 202 with a 629 OPS.
So
pretty.
Ibanez has a better number, but I don't know. I trust J-Hen in that spot, and you saw him come through against Aroldis Chapman.
All right, Brady, you ready to go?
All right,
Brady?
these fellas doing it.
All right, Brady,
Hey,
you
Brady.
getting on camera?
I'm actually super excited to see Brady shotgun a White Claw. Have you shotgun a beer? Okay. Confirm Brady has shotgun a beer. Fuck.
Do it for you? No. What am I, your father?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Second. I usually bite it, but.
All right.
All right, Brady, get on
You
one knee
like
to
that
fin the
one,
shot.
folks? All right, yeah. Do it in the camera.
Yeah, take a knee,
I'm going to get
Brady.
out of
Tebow
the. I'm
time,
not trying to
Tebow
get
time.
drenched here.
Wait. Let me get my finger under there.
All right,
Cheers.
we got Brady. Just
Ready?
3, 2, 1. Claws going up. Black Cherry, White Claw, Spenny, demolish Brady in there. we get one little?
Yeah.
And the claws are flowing here at Mcshane's Irish Pub for the White Claw Tigers Tour. You guys know what it is. Shout out White Claw. Yeah.
Shout out White Claw. Shout out to the Black
Are you
Cherries.
ready to kick off your weekend after that one, Spencer Raxter?
Oh, I was born ready. Nothing, and a long weekend, too.
Yeah.
And by the way.
Yes. Long weekend.
By the
Shout
way,
out.
before I forget, before we get too little, no laws off the claws, remember what this weekend is about, right? Happy Memorial Day.
Yes.
Thank you to those that lost their life defending us, lost their life defending our freedoms, allowing me to sit here, talk about the last member of the Tigers lineup and shotgun White Claws. So thank you to everyone, and happy Memorial Day. We'll never forget your sacrifice, and thank you to all of those who lost their lives fighting for this great country of ours, America.
Yeah, people love to complain and bitch all the time. This is 100% the best country in the world, and it's not even close.
Not even close.
Happy Memorial Day. Thank you to all of those that have served and defended this country and lost their lives doing so. I have family, grandparents.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be here today. Wouldn't be here today without them.
My dad's a veteran. Both of my grandparents are veterans, so yeah, it hits different, man. And
yeah, my dad.
Remember, Memorial Day is for those who didn't make it back.
Yep.
So
my great grandpa was actually Chef Nick. Sometimes I don't know if any of you guys know. I do a little bit of cooking sometimes. Sometimes I bring in some food for the boys, and my great grandpa was a chef on a Navy boat.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's sick.
He was a cook.
That's so sick.
But I say chef because he's a baller.
No, he's a chef. For
he was chefing up. So
cook is somebody on a line. He was a chef.
Yeah, he was chefing it up back there. That's definitely, it runs in the Kohloff blood. I will say that.
There it is. And those colors don't run, baby. All right, let's go to break.
Red, white, and blue, baby.
Red, white, and blue. Rock, flag, and eagle. All right, let's go to break.
What's more American? White Claw,
White
baby.
Claws,
Make sure you know laws when you're drinking claws.
And remember, I'm lubricated tonight. Okay, I'm gonna Uber home. I'm gonna have a good time responsibly. But if somebody is beefing with me on the street and I need somebody to, back me in the court of law, I obviously have to choose Ben Johnson.
Shout out.
What a pro.
Because justice just means different things to different people. But whether it's a settlement or a verdict, justice is always worth the fight. If you've got a case, contact the fighters at Ben Johnson Law today and get the justice you deserve. Tough, tenacious trial lawyers, Ben Johnson Law.
The boys of summer are here, and Woodward Sports is all over the Motor City with the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come party with Woodward Sports, watch the Tigers, and sip on some White Claw all summer long. The best bars, big giveaways, live events, and a party that only Woodward Sports can throw. Ain't no party like a Woodward Sports party. Join us Friday, May 23rd from 5 to 7 with the heavyweights at Mcshane's in Detroit for the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw, Easttown, and Van Johnson. The boys of summer. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
We are live at Mcshane's Irish Pub in Detroit for the White Claw Tour. Come through and enjoy the great food, grab a White Claw, and hang out with the crew. Catch all of the action on Woodward Sports Network. Remember, starting Monday, June 2nd, here at Mcshane's, they are offering brunch every day starting at 7 a.m., and the food is top tier. That Corktown burger was amazing. They've got was it an egg roll or just the buffalo chicken egg roll or wrap? It was really good, whatever it was. And it lasts all week. Their brunch at 7 a.m. Mcshane's Irish Pub and Whiskey Bar here in Corktown. What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on Woodward Sports here at Mcshane's Irish Pub for the White Claw Tigers Tour, presented by White Claw and Ben Johnson Law. I am Spencer Raxter. He is Nick Kohloff, the Detroit Tigers beat reporter for the network, and we got Chris Platty doing double duty.
Platty Pods.
Doing double duty. Chris, you're working hard. You're doing double duty. You're doing sound and TDing. So we'll give you the last 10 minutes. What do you want to talk about, Chris?
I want to talk about my day. How my day is going. No, Spencer, I want to ask you a very real question because I haven't put it into context. We've been talking about this for weeks. But it's kind of crazy because now I'm starting to process the possibility that if the Tigers do what we think the Tigers can do this season, will the Tigers win it all before the Lions?
Oh, man, that's a good one, dude. Wow. They would have – oh, fuck. It's very possible, right?
Yeah,
it's not out of the – ask me after –
That's so crazy to think about.
It is crazy
A year ago today?
I did not even think about that.
They probably have – I do not have FanDuel currently.
They've got better odds, for sure.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think they have better odds to do it.
And
wow, that is
damn,
look at
Chris.
What a bomb.
Have you seen those Steph Curry memes where it's like him throwing off the moon and it's like 1%? That's what it was, dude. Hail Mary by Chris. Money. Baseball
Who
savant.
wins one first?
Of course.
Wow, dude. I'm going to say the Lions. All right? I'm going to say the Lions because how the Tigers are constructed right now, I don't think they will win the World Series. I don't think you can win the World Series unless you have at least one. I've said it before. If you're not in the upper three of the payroll in the MLB, you have to have a transcendent superstar on your team if you want to be a World Series type of team. And the Tigers have Tarek Skubal, but that all-star, everyday, transcendent superstar is what you need. If you're going to go into a 7-game series against the Dodgers, I'm going to need more than relying on Colt Keith or Trey Sweeney for some clutch hits. You know what I mean? And I hate to harsh the mellow on the Tigers like that, but I think when you look at a talent perspective, per capita, the Lions are much more talented than the Tigers. So I'm going to say the Detroit Lions will win a Super Bowl before the Tigers win a World Series.
I think I'm with you, but
question,
I believe in this team, and I
believe that we will win. I believe that we will win.
And not that Davenport will play 17 games. But I think with this team,
ask me after the trade
this
deadline.
farm system is so damn stacked. This team's going to make a big move.
You think so?
This team's going to make a big move.
This year at the deadline?
I believe they do.
Devers?
I believe they do.
Like not him specifically, but that level of move? That's a big move. Don't tell me a big move is a guy hitting 260 with 12 bombs. A big move is an all-star. Do you think they add an all-star level player at the deadline? If they do that, they might be the World Series favorite.
All right, so hear me out here. They have Dylan Dingler as their catcher right now. He's a stud.
Yes.
He's very, very good. Jake Rogers, he's backing him up. You're pretty well set on catcher. You got Lorenzo and Brusenio in the farm.
Brusenio.
And another guy behind that who's in
I did not
rookie
think
ball
Brusenio
who's like
was gonna
18,
be this good.
hitting like 750 OPS.
Yeah.
So you're looking at one of those guys could be a key piece in the trade, both of them top 100 prospects in baseball. If you center that trade around one of those guys and then another guy in your top 10, I still think you could bring in not a superstar level guy, but flirting with an all-star kind of guy.
Not flirting. You need a bona fide all-star. That's if you want to be a World Series contender. If you want for me to say,
what if
Tigers,
Parker Meadows is that All-Star though?
It doesn't matter.
Are you ready to say
you
that?
You still got to add. You still got to add. That's what you do in baseball at the deadline. If you're the best team in the American League at the deadline,
I agree. I mean, you
go
upgrade
and get an
Parker
all-star.
Meadows, you upgrade your third base. You're looking at, boom, you're looking at, okay, you could compete with the Dodgers if you do that.
Yeah, and that's if you want a World Series, that's what you're going to have to do.
Yeah. And if you want a World Series, you know what you're drinking after? White Claws,
baby.
White Claws all day. You're celebrating. I am so ready after this Tiger game to celebrate a Tiger victory with a boatload of White Claws. That's going to be the game plan.
If the Tigers win the World Series, I'll shotgun 4 White Claws back to back to back to back for every win. For every win to get that World Series. You heard it here first. If the Tigers win the World Series, I will shotgun 4 White Claws in a row for every win.
Woo!
That's light work, dude.
That was a great question, Chris.
That is, how do you feel about it, Chris? Great question, man.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why aren't you say when we ask you for prep questions? This is what we're looking for, Chris.
You know my thing. I like to keep the elements
That's
surprise.
True. The
keep
baseball
it fresh.
savant.
Yeah, the baseball savant. I don't want to spoil too much. No, but I honestly did think about that as I was really starting to ponder these conversations of how real this Tigers run is, and how we've been talking about for weeks, fellas, about how, this is baseball. They're going to go through their hot stretches. They're going to go through their lulls. Like, that's going to happen. But this team has been, and they certainly have had lulls here and there recently, but for the most part, this team has maintained exactly where they are at. So I really do believe that this is the year, and I'm going to say—
For the Tigers?
You're
calling it here, Chris?
I'm not calling it. No, I'm not. Let me clarify.
I shouldn't have hyped him up. This is the first time he wasn't fence sitting, and it would have been great.
Because I'm not.
Get off the fence, Chris.
Chris,
I'm not on the fence.
You can't sit on the
I'm not on
fence.
the
This
fence.
is one.
I'm literally trying to explain myself.
Okay.
I'm saying that I think that next year's the Tigers' year and this year's the Lions.
Oh, okay.
I really think that Detroit is going to have back-to-back championships in sports, and I have to look up when the last time that happened, because I don't know when that's happened, back-to-back sports in different sports of the majors here. But I really think that this Tigers team, like you said, that Dodgers team, man, I don't know. I got to see them make that upgrade, and I got to be proven that they're doing that before I actually believe in this team this season.
Dude,
but I think this team has the capabilities.
But
the Lions are there, man. The Lions are right there. It felt like last year was their year, except they got decimated by all the injuries. So I think that the Lions will get it this year. I think this is really their shot. I think they know that this is their shot. The Tigers, they got a lot of youth, and as long as they maintain it and develop it, they got a window. They got a window. So I feel like the Tigers' window is this year. But also, I think it takes some time, so it takes them until next year.
Chris, another team in the MLB that was a World Series favorite last year in the American League that said we've got a window because of our young prospects and what we got coming down the pipeline.
The White Sox.
That is the Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah.
And now they are one of the worst teams in baseball just a year later.
Window shut.
Window shut.
Yeah.
Window shut, dude.
No,
both of us love prospects, but I think you're a little bit more tight on them. You don't want to move them.
You can trade anybody not named Max Clark if you're getting me an all-star. If you're
Okay.
getting me an all-star,
you
can trade anybody not named Max Clark.
I feel that way, but I feel that way about Bryce Rayner. I am so in on Bryce Rayner being the shortstop of the future. Corey Seager. He is Corey Seager in a 19-year-old's body.
I'll do McGonigal. I'll do Lorenzo. I'll do
that could be
Lee. I'll do any of those guys. Keep Max Clark.
Briseño.
Keep Bryce Rayner. I'll do Briseño. Keep Max Clark. Keep Bryce Rayner. Give me an all-star. That's one of the best trade deadlines that the Tigers have ever had. Yeah. If you keep Max Clark, you keep Bryce Rayner, and you bring an all-star to the best American League, that is a dream. That is a dream.
Lorenzo or Briseño.
Briseño or Lorenzo.
Briseño, both of them hit. But I'd rather
keep Briseño. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, Lorenzo hasn't looked the same since being called up to
No,
Double A.
he's not going to be a catcher in the MLB. He's going to be.
They're trying. He's got a cannon on him. He just has to get better at defense. But I will say this,
He's got to learn how to catch.
Garrett Crochet, all-star pitcher for the White Sox, got moved for a top 30 prospect in catcher Kyle Teal and others. But that was the centerpiece. The big prospect was the top 100 catcher in Kyle Teal. So I don't think it is ultimately going to take as much as we are saying, unless it is a trade for Paul Skeens or like a generational superstar.
Yeah.
But he's not going to get traded. That was just a thing that Bleacher Report made up. We talked about it. Which, if that was real, I would consider. I know you were on the other side of it.
I'm not doing it. Because then you're at the same spot you are right now.
Well, all right. But we have our generational pitcher or superstar in the making right now, going for 9 straight team victories tonight. He was the top pitching prospect in baseball. Jackson Jobe, baby.
He ain't a prospect anymore.
Like
Jackson
I said,
Jobe,
3.03 ERA in games not played at Coors Field. Jackson Jobe, the truth. Do you expect him to put the team on his back in a tough matchup against the Cleveland Guardians tonight?
I do. You know why? Because he's got that fucking dog in him.
Dog.
And that's what happens with guys like this. Guys that are, like, his whole life, he's been the best player on his team. Jackson Jobe's whole life, he's been the best pitcher on his team, and he's always stepped up. Now, welcome to the big leagues, kid. You're behind a 2-time soon-to-be Cy Young winner. You're not the best player on your team, but he's still got that shit in him. He's going to go out there, and I think we're going to see the best outing of Jackson Jobe's career tonight against the Guardians. High-leverage situation. You want to win the series, you got to win this game. I think Jobe goes out there, he's spinning that slider. He gets a couple strikeouts. I'll say, give me
it was over 4.5 was plus 125 I saw on the screen here.
Give me 6 1/3, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 earned run.
I like it a lot. Well, folks, if you guys want to stay tuned for any of the best Tigers coverage, follow us on social media. This is the White Claw Tigers Tour. I know Spenny's going to take us out, but on social media, we're going to be posting the best content down at the ballpark. All the fans, all the reactions, all the best things with White Claw obviously being the best sponsor in the world.
Shout out to all you guys. Make sure you have a great weekend. Happy Memorial Day. Like I said, remember what it's about, but appreciate you for tapping into Woodward Sports all week. For the Woodward Heavyweights, for Nick, for Easy, for Chris, I'm Spencer. Shout out to White Claw. Shout out Mcshane's. Shout out Ben Johnson Law. This was so much fun. I can't wait to do more of these.
Stop one, dog. Stop one.
Stop one. Make sure you guys show the fuck up.
We're going on tour all summer, baby.
It's the White Claw Tigers Tour, and we're having a great summer. Appreciate you guys tapping in. Again, shout out to Mcshane's, White Claw, and Ben Johnson. We'll see you guys later. Peace.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports